Alright, Road Atlanta, welcome back. Another track guide, another week. If you've been to the channel before, you know the drill. So setup, well, first of all, talk about the track a little bit. A lot of high-speed corners. Definitely watch out on cold tires, these high-speed corners. It's going to be a little extra greasy, so just be aware of that. And it's also a pretty crashy track. It's pretty easy on this track to take yourself out, so watch out for that. So a lot of curbs on this track that you're going to want to use. So the ride height is not as low as it can go. If you find that the curbs are disrupting too much, you may want to raise the height a little bit. Damper compression is up just one notch. Brake bias 57.5, so again, that's pretty individual, but there is a lot of braking on hills here, so if you're locking up too much, just increase that brake bias, and that should help out. Suspension is as soft as it goes. Camber, everyone knows camber who knows this channel. I'm fooling around with it, so changed it up a little on the right side just to get that wear and tire temp a little more even through the tires. Toe in is increased a little bit on the front and on the rear. Again, ride height in the back not quite as low as it goes. ARB is 10. If you're having trouble, if you're learning this track for the first time, you may want to try a 5 just to make it a little easier to drive while you learn it, but 10, you really need the rotation in the car. There's a number of tight turns in this one, and you need that 10 to make those corners fast. Compression in the rear left at the same. Fuel 14 liters should be safe, but 13 might get you there. And gear stack is tall. Certainly not standard, and with the draft there could even be an argument possibly for very tall, but tall should be the quicker way, especially off the line and through the tighter corners. So give that a try if you don't like the iRacing setup. Track is 19 degrees, so that is pretty grippy. Usage is 33%, so maybe not so great. Probably the races this week should be in the low 20s. 19 degrees seems to be that way this whole season. So we will do the lap in slow-mo and then run it out at full speed. So coming into turn 1 here, you do want to get a little bit onto this grass, a little over to the edge of the track here, just to open it up a little bit more in 4th gear. Just a little bit of a lift, and then once you've got the car pointed at the apex, just a little bit of brake shifting down into 3rd gear. A little bit more brake on cold tires. This is pretty slick on the first lap or two. And then just picking up the throttle, and it's important once you're past the apex to pick up the throttle. If you don't pick up the throttle, that back end is going to want to step out, so it's really important to have a little bit of throttle on, and then just unwind to the left side. This track is bad for blue flags. Watch out, people coming out of the pits here. That can really mess you up. So this is a real tricky one. A few blind corners on this track. So basically, just kind of aim towards this tree here, these trees. That kind of puts you on the right trajectory, but it just takes some practice with this track. It's a little tricky one. And then keeping it to the left-hand side, and I think I missed the marker here. No, I didn't. So gave it just a little bit of a lift here. You don't want to come into this next corner too hot, but you're looking for this white line. If car's in front of you, that's going to be a little harder to see. But that white line, getting on the brakes, 2nd gear probably on the first lap or two, especially in traffic, but 3rd gear once the tires are warm is faster. And then basically you're kind of sighting for this last cone on the end. Again, if a car's in front of you, that is not going to be easy to see. This just takes some practice to know how much and when you can cut this corner. It is important to cut this corner to go fast. You do not want to cut it any more than I did. There is an X, I think, and possibly a nasty slowdown, so watch out for that. So yeah, getting over those curbs, if you find they're too disruptive, raise the ride height up, and picking up the throttle. If you come in here a little too hot, you will be coming up against these curbs, so just lift a little on the throttle and it should keep you safe. But if you get onto those curbs too hot, you will spin out and run into a whole bunch of trouble. There is actually a runoff road here in lap 1. You will get a slowdown, I think, for taking it, but if there's a big crash in front of you, not necessarily a bad idea to take that runoff road. So third gear, making your way over to the left side. Basically, you're looking for the start of the curb here, and you're turning in at the start of the curb, and then shifting up into fourth when it is time to shift up. If you're going through this section on cold tires, you may have to lift a little bit as well. If you're going too wide through here, one of you or both of you is gonna die. This is a bad spot to pass, so watch out. So fourth gear, again, cold tires, heavier on the brake here, and shifting down into third gear. You want to get onto this curb, but watch out, it can disrupt the car a little bit, so it can get that back end stepping out. But third gear, and then you want to definitely clip the curb here, get out on top of it, just to be able to cut that corner more, get on the throttle earlier, and run the car out all over this curb. If you just graze this sand, you probably will be okay, but if you get really a tire on it, you get an X. So just watch out for that in your in your quali laps. Not such a big deal in the race. So coming into the next one, up into fourth, looking for that 200 board and braking just after it. You can go in deeper into this corner, come in hotter if you're trying to pass somebody, but you will sacrifice a lot of speed on exit. So to go fast, you have to brake early, get the car turned in, and then pick up the throttle early. And that is the fastest way. You don't want to get too much onto this curb. Right up against it is kind of ideal. And yeah, just keeping that throttle on. And this one, almost think of it as one big corner. As soon as the wheel gets straight, you're basically going to start braking. So I'm racing in VR. In VR, I am looking for this second block of the barrier, the light one. So that kind of depends on what you're using for a view, but you got to brake early on this one. Again, if you come in here too hot, you're going to be in big trouble. Shifting down into first, I can't make second work. I wish I could. It seems like you should be able to, but I always run too hot in second. And then getting onto this curb, just to cut the corner a bit and get on the throttle earlier. If you're up top here, the track is less cambered, and so yeah, if you come in hot, you're going to sacrifice a tremendous amount of time on exit, a lot of time. So be careful there if you're passing someone, because they're just going to get you back in this straight. So, and then just unwind the car using the curb here on exit, and then the big huge straight where there will be a lot of action. It's a long one. Alright, so coming down to the next corner, looking for the 100 board. Again, you can come into this corner deeper, hotter, if you're trying to pass someone, because there'll be a lot of passing attempted here. But you will, again, sacrifice a whole lot of time on exit. So to go fast, you have to brake early and get on the throttle early. So braking down into second, pretty hard on the brakes. Try and get as right as you can to open this up. And then it's important to start releasing the brake as you turn in. If you turn the wheel while you're braking, you are spinning out. And then you want to get all of this curb, keep a tire on track, Otherwise, you do get the X. If you cut it way too much, I think there's a big slowdown. Same with this one. All over that curb, just make sure you keep a tire on track and just trying to straighten that chicane as much as possible. Picking up the throttle, second gear, working your way up into third, using all of the curb on exit there just to keep the speed up as much as possible, and then it does actually save you some time. Shorten the track here, get over to the right, and make sure you're not leaving yourself open for a pass through here. And this one, I find it's not really so important to get way over to the left. It does not open up this corner much. It does not give you better speed on the straightaway. So you know, mid-ish track over to the right a little bit, but you don't really want to get right up against that white line. It just extends the track and actually slows you down a bit. So, and then it is a short sprint here to the line. It's going to be tough to pass anyone. You really want to get that done in the chicane or going up that hill. And that is a 129 basically flat, so good luck out there. We'll run this out at full speed. We'll see you next time.